Hi, and welcome back to Lady Lioness and Friends. I'm Lady Lioness, and I have brown hair. I'm wearing glasses and a black headset, and I have a lively emergency button device around my neck, and I'm wearing a black tank top. On my right, there's an American flag and some pictures of my friends and heroes on the wall. And on my left side, there's a window with the sunlight brightly shining through it, and a black Add the Words Idaho t-shirt on the wall. So I'd like to give a trigger warning first. We are going to be talking about suicide. So if that is a topic that you cannot watch, then I suggest that you end the video right now. So if you've been following my videos, you know that I took a vacation. I was supposed to take a 1-week vacation to Portland, and it ended up being 4 weeks long, and I was traveling a lot between Montana and Oregon because of a couple of family emergencies that we had. And the last family emergency we had was I found out that my nephew Harrison had passed away. It was my brother Steve's son. And so I left Montana and went to Oregon, and as I found out more of what happened, found out that my nephew Harrison had committed suicide. And that's always a very shocking and upsetting thing. I never thought that my family would go through that, and it broke my heart, and my whole family is devastated over the loss of Harrison. Now, in my work as an activist, I have always supported any movement that was against bullying, and there was a little bit of bullying in this instance, but a lot of us in the family didn't know that Harrison was struggling with other issues. His family did know a little bit, but he had been working on some of his issues and making progress as far as they were concerned. And he reached out to someone, and while he was struggling with suicidal ideation, and that person didn't reach out to comfort him, and in fact, from what I hear, made it worse, and I don't understand why someone would be cruel to someone who admits to struggling with being suicidal. I know that a lot of people want to shy away from the subject. I know it's a hard subject to talk about, especially if you've lost someone to suicide. I know I've lost friends in the past. I've never lost a family member before to it, and I'd say it's a whole other thing when you lose a family member. And it was hard for me because I was just getting to the point where I'm able to travel more, and I've wanted to reconnect with family. I didn't want to do it this way, but I had plans to go visit my brothers in Oregon, and I had visited Steve's family before, going to stay at his house, years ago, and got to know his kids pretty well, and it was just really hard to find out that we had lost Harrison in that manner. Death of a young person. Harrison was 24 years old. The death of a young person is always hard, and it's always hard for a parent to bury their child. And it's going to be a struggle just for Steve and his wife Jocelyn and their family to heal from this hurt. And I know there's a lot of discussion regarding suicide when it comes to the people who survive the person that we lose. And I think it's hard for people who've never been through depression or anything like that to know what it's like to be in such pain that you wish it would just all stop. And I know that's hard, and I know a lot of people just want to get the person who feels like they want to commit suicide to just, you know, promise us you won't do anything. That actually puts a lot more pressure on the person that is already really overwhelmed on the inside. And really what they need is someone to just sit there and empathize with them, just to sit there and cry with them, or just to listen, you know, not necessarily give advice. It's easy to want to just give advice without checking in to see if the person wants advice. Sometimes they just need a friend or a family member to be right by their side and to let them cry, let them hurt, let them talk about their pain. I watched for about a week as Harrison's friends lamented his loss on his Facebook page, and his friends would come visit Steve and Jocelyn, and I got to know a few of them. And you know, it clearly affected an entire community in Oregon. And I just, the loss of life seems so senseless. If, you know, I'm not looking to give any advice on suicide. I'm just really kind of feeling through what I'm going through, you know, trying to wrap my head around everything that's happened. But, you know, the pain runs deep, and it's just, you know, it's really hard not to think, like, if I could just turn the clock back and talk to Harrison, and, you know, but I'm pretty sure his parents are going through that. His brothers and sisters are really probably struggling with some of that too. But the truth is, we can't go back, and Harrison's gone. And some of the takeaways, you know, there's so much anger and hatred in the world, and I know that sometimes when you're angry with someone, it's hard to not lash out at them, but I don't know what's going on with this world, but it just seems like everybody is so angry all the time anymore. And I even find myself wanting to withdraw from the world. And like, even since I've come back, there are some people in the house that didn't even really know I was back, because I just kind of been isolating back in my room again here with Venus, and just trying to work through some of these feelings and thoughts. And I'm going to share a little something that's very personal. I've struggled with suicidal ideation. Sometimes it's because I'm in a lot of physical pain. Mitochondrial myopathy is a very difficult disease to deal with. Nobody understands it. Everyone makes assumptions about what I'm going through, and because I look good, I must not be struggling. But to be honest, I mean, like right now, I'm dealing with a lot of pain. I've talked about it in previous videos. A lot of physical pain from traveling. And sometimes the pain is so overwhelming that it just seems like I just want it to be done and over with. Sometimes medication doesn't help with the pain, nothing, you know. Sometimes I just have to wait it out, and the truth is, I'm a pretty big wimp when it comes to pain. You know, I don't want to be in pain, and here I am suffering from a very painful disease. And you know, sometimes the thought of it being over is very attractive. But I do think about my friends and family and how that will affect them. And I tell myself, I just gotta try. I gotta try to keep going on. And it's really hard, because that means that I have to continue to suffer. And when I hear about someone like Harrison committing suicide, I think about what kind of pain he must have been in. And I know he wasn't in physical pain, but he was in emotional pain. And I know emotional pain to the point of wanting to commit suicide as well. And that one's that one almost seems a lot tougher, because physical pains, a lot of times there is a medical solution to it, but emotional pain is something else. And it's tricky. Because there are people that haven't experienced that kind of pain, and they're like, just get over it, when that's not really possible. And I think that attitudes towards suicide in general need to be rethought, because I've taken a lot of workshops and things on suicide prevention, and sometimes I was taking those classes to learn how to prevent my own attempts and thoughts along those ways. So, and I learned a lot, and it has helped me to figure out ways to keep hanging on to life. Sometimes it seems like it's hanging on by a thread, but I understand the value of hanging on to life, because we have this life, as far as we know, we have this life, and you don't know what's going to happen in the future. Things could get better. And as far as for me, I've been trying to do the best to make things better for myself. That's why I was going on this trip to try to look into making things better for myself. And it just makes me really sad to think that Harrison couldn't find that last shred of hope to not pick up that gun and end his life. And I don't know, I'm still processing the whole thing, and I'm sharing this stuff. I talked to Harrison's parents, and Jocelyn liked the idea of me using Harrison's story to try to reach out to other people. Harrison's friends created a logo in honor of Harrison, talking about it says don't be a dick to a buddy. I guess that was something that Harrison used to say. And we need more compassion in this world, and I know that that's easy to say, but very, very hard to do. And it's something that until you experience a low point in your life, that it's really hard to grasp and understand the need to reach out and just give a warm smile to someone. I don't know, just do the things that bring positivity into this world, because it's very easy to get pulled down into negativity. Very easy. Not really sure where to go with this video at this point. It's just, if you are one of my friends and you're struggling with feeling down or low, I know it's hard to reach out, because you're struggling and you just sometimes feel like you want to wallow in your pain alone. Don't do it alone. Talk to somebody. If you're one of my friends and you're struggling, just put down in the comments, just put your name down in the comments, and I'll get in touch with you. Because I don't want you to struggle alone. I know what that's like. I struggle alone in both physical and emotional pain a lot, and it's really hard to reach out. you know, because I don't want people to think that I'm a downer. I don't want people to think that I can't handle my life. And to be fair, what I'm struggling with is a lot, and I need help with it. You know, I need people to help me, get me through this by distracting me and you know, uh, just letting me know that there are people out there that care. But anyway, I suppose I should be wrapping up this video. Yeah, I just want you all to know that I love you, and I'm really feeling for Steve, my brother Steve, and his family. They're really struggling with all of this. And I know that now that the funeral's done, the funeral was this last Friday. Today is Monday. And I know that now that the funeral's done, people are going to start dropping off and pulling away, and Steve and Jocelyn will still be there hurting, and I want to try to be there for them. I mean, I've got my own stuff I'm struggling with, but I want to make sure that, you know, they have the support that they need. I hope that they do. But anyway, don't struggle alone with suicidal thoughts. Get some help. There is a national hotline. I should have pulled out my card and shown it to y'all. The national hotline. Anyway, I just wanted to let you all know that I care, and don't struggle alone. Okay. I love you all so much. This is Lady Lioness and Friends signing off.